This is Luana. I'm going to show you how to set up a classroom in Teams. In Teams, if you've ever heard the term, if you haven't been in there, it's like the equivalent of what Google has, Google Classroom. So it's like a Microsoft Classroom, but they call it Teams. So you can send assignments, you can collect assignments, you can give feedback, you can have a file share, you can chat, you can video chat. There's all sorts of cool stuff. So the first thing you need to do is set up one for your class, and it's very simple. Now there is a desktop application, but for simplicity's sake, because there's several directions you can go to get there, I'm going to take you one way to get there. So I'm going to go to Chrome. I'm going to open up a blank Chrome, and then I've just got this Canadian ISD. I'm going to go through ClassLink. You could do portal.office.com at the top and it will take you right there, but to make sure I'm being consistent, I'm going to go through ClassLink, and it was a quick link on the right of the web page. Click here. If you haven't been in a little bit, it will have you do your login, your email login. So I'm going to close this. All right, so once you're in your ClassLink, it's this bright orange, which you won't have as many of these guys as I do unless you've saved them, but this bright orange box that says Office 365 ADFS. If you haven't been in there, it's going to ask you to sign in. Now, here's all the apps that I've been using. If you don't see this Teams app right here, you can tap on all apps. Oops, excuse me, I went a little too far. And all of those apps will show up that you have access to. So to take you back, this is what it will look like most of the time. And then you're just going to hit that Teams area. It's thinking. It's a pretty heavy application. So now notice over here to this far left area, you have at the very top activity, chat, Teams, assignments, calendar, calls, files. So I'm going to hit Teams. And I've been in a practice team earlier, so I'm going to hit this back arrow to go to all my teams. Now these are all the teams that I have access to, and then I've hidden some teams. And a lot of these are practice teams because I've used them for training, and some of them are actual teams that we use for meetings and whatnot. But I'm going to actually walk you through how to create one. So in the upper right hand corner, you're going to hit join or create. So for your class, if I want to create a classroom. Now I'm going to go to this create team. And then because you probably want to be able to collect assignments and push assignments, I'm going to click class. Now I'm going to make video demo. That's going to be the name of this class. I can put a description if I choose to. I could use an existing template. I haven't actually ever done this before, but I need to try that out. Now what it does is it says, okay, search for some students. I'm going to put Stephen and Clara in there, and then I'll delete them just so you can kind of see what this looks like. So see, it reaches into our access system where all of our kids are hanging out because it's all within the Microsoft portal. So it's going to find those students, and then I can enter as many or as few as I wish. I can also do teachers, so I could add a team teacher to this. They will have the same editing rights that I have. So if you add a teacher, just know they're going to be able to access whatever you can, change whatever you can. Students, they have limited rights in some certain areas, but again, it's super easy too if you've added a student that you don't want to be on that team, and you can delete them super easy. You can skip if you want to add your kids later. One question that comes up is, if I teach an English 1 class and I do 8 periods, how should I do that? Well, that's up to you. You could do one English 1 class and have all your kids in one class. Or you could do English 1 first period, English 2 first period, and you could put the kids in the specific period. It just really depends on what your organizational style is. There are ways, if you want to break it up into those sets of teams like periods, that it's easy to not have to duplicate an assignment. You can kind of click and assign an assignment to multiple classes. So I'm going to hit add. So I can see I have Stephen and Clara as students. I can always take them out, and I'll show you how another way you can do that later. So I'm going to close that. It's creating my video demo, and I like to make it cute, so I'm going to add a little, we'll add Shakespeare and update. So notice It's saving all the changes that I've made to my team. Might take just a minute. Come on, I'm going to refresh. All right. So once I'm in my video demo, I'm in my team. Now I can get to a lot of things over here. We're going to keep this simple today though. Right here across the very top, you have post, files. We're going to ignore class notebook. You have assignments and grades, and we'll talk a little bit about this guy. So what you're going to notice as you play with it is it gives you lots of different ways to post things, to upload things, and how to look at student work. So there's not just one way most of the time to do any one thing. It gives you a lot of different options. Again, for the sake of what we're doing, I think you can probably take care of it without class notebooks, so we're going to hang tight with that. This chat, everybody that's in the class can chat. If you do have an issue with a student making poor decisions, you can always turn off the chat or mute them. I'll show you that after a bit, but I'm going to say welcome to class, and I just hit enter. It automatically pops up on everybody's screen. They can respond to my chat, kind of like you do on Facebook. This little guy down at the very bottom is an attachment. Now, if I click on this attachment, it's also going to drop the attachment in the files, so it saves it in both places. So it's setting up my files. I'm going to upload one from my computer. I'm just going to grab one from my desktop. GIF making. There we go. Now I have to hit send, the little paper airplane on the right. Now everybody has access to this. That's on the team, but you can also click on this files area. And it's going to take it just a minute, and there it's in your files as well. So I'm going to go back to posts. Now a couple other fun things. You have emojis, so I can send an emoji to people. Enter or hit the airplane. I can send these silly little stickers in there. You can make your own memes. I mean, there's all sorts of fun stuff that you can do in here. Let's do that. Enter. So, and the kids will love that. But probably one of the more important things is, I could also put links in here, is this camera, this video camera. So if I click on that guy, and it's going to be hard to envision because, and I'll show me unfortunately, but because I don't have anybody meeting with me. But if I hit meet now, every student and every person on the other side in my classroom, they can join. And if they're speaking, then the camera will move to them. So I can turn the camera off. I can mute myself. I can share, which is kind of a cool thing here. But before I show you this, I want to show you this. I can see who over here to the far right could be in this meeting with me. They're not in here yet, or they would be listed under currently in this meeting. I'm going to hit X. I'm going to hit the 3 dots. I can start recording. So if I wanted to have a conversation, my camera's there. If I wanted to have a conversation with students and record it so that they could hear me talk about a lesson, or I'm going to show you how to use a whiteboard. I could use this start record and then come back to it. Now, this is the chat option right here, the little box with the dialogue. So everybody I need to ask a question. So it's the same type of dialogue that you have on the front of this page. And the teacher can see all of those questions and people can respond. So you have the chat option. You can show participants, that's the little guy, and then you can hang up. That's what you need to do at the end. But the really cool feature is the share. So you can share your screen and so can the students with you. So you might want to set up some ground rules if you have multiple students on there excuse me, I can't see my screen, to make sure that they do this just right. If you had a PowerPoint is what is generally shared as far as presentation material. So you could copy and paste a Word document into a PowerPoint. I would advise opening that PowerPoint before you get into your team's meeting. And I'll show you what that looks like. So let's say this was my PowerPoint I was going to present to my students. Once I pop it up there on the screen, it's on everyone's screen that's participating in this meeting. And I can toggle back and forth between my two slides, and I can instruct, and they can ask questions and interact because their mic is on. It's just like if you're in a Zoom meeting or a webinar. Now, when I'm finished presenting, I can hit stop presenting. Now, this is a really cool thing. If you hit share, then I can hit this Microsoft Whiteboard over here. And now, while it loads, this whiteboard is a collaborative whiteboard. So any student that is accessing from their iPad or from their computer can also draw on this whiteboard with me. So I have a black pen and I can say 4, if I want to do a math problem or I want to write something out, plus 5 equals, and then a student can actually write in the 9. You could say Sarah's going to be red, Johnny's going to be green, and then of course you have an eraser. Now, the other cool thing is you can save this image. There, you can also you can screenshot it if you choose to do that with the tools from your MacBook, or you can export the image and you can copy it to a clipboard. So I just copied it right there. And then of course you can, you know, draw all over it, and then you can move it around if you click right here, so that if you need more space. But again, the really cool thing about this is that kids can access it with you. So when I'm done with that whiteboard, I'm just going to go over here to the stop presenting. And now we're back at the camera. So those are most of the camera features. You can mute everybody. Once you have more people on here, you'll see some tools that you can use. But I'm going to hang up and go back to. Sure, it was helpful. I'm going to go back to my team. And we're going to stop there for now. The next thing we're going to cover is going to be how to use files, assignments, and grades. But that's one chunk of getting started with Teams.